For me, I guess I only ever think about it in a negative way. It's a complex subject that's difficult to put into words, and it is a very important concept that's not talked about enough. It's kind of how healthy you feel and the way you think, the actions you make and the actions you take, decisions you make and the way you feel about yourself. It can be from external or internal, and everyone's experience is unique, so then what goes on in their head is unique as well. I've definitely been surprised about how much I've seen it at this uni, and I have a lot of time and care for those people that suffer from it, because since coming to uni I can definitely now say I know it firsthand very well.
Like you can fake it, you have your own ways to struggle through it, sail through it, but then it just stays with you. It affects you in some ways that you might not think of.
Because of it being so high pressure, and you know you need to be improving constantly to get where you want to be in like 2-3 years time, I don't really want to go in, because what's the point if I'm not getting pushed and nurtured? But if I don't, I'm slipping further and further away from where I need to be.
I try not to do it often, and I don't think I do it enough actually, but just skipping accounts for mental well-being.
Making decisions to not do things.
I think diet massively. What I do outside, like extra things, like going to the gym, doing fun things, like
Trying to get enough sleep, which is like so hard.
and like you've got to wake up and drag your body out of bed when it's early in the morning, you're sore and tired, and just having that mental strength.
Just because you don't see it as a competitive sport, or you don't see it as a sport, you see it as more artistic. It doesn't mean that it
dancers should have the mentality of like
require as much mental
Constantly
effort.
having the mirrors in the room and constantly facing the mirrors and being told to sort of keep, track of how you're doing in the mirror doesn't help. Definitely.
it can experience a lot of anxiety around pressures of having to look a certain way, to acknowledge that even if you've turned up to class, that might be the hardest bit of the day.
Having to constantly hear that other people are better than you, get on with it. You need to make sure you have a thick skin. You need to get yourself prepared for the outside world kind of thing.
And then dancing as moving your body in a way that feels good, not moving your body in the realms of a certain technique to get a certain grade, to pass a certain amount of attendance. That doesn't improve
achieving
anything.
something through dance, that's when it really gets heavy.
I don't know anyone that doesn't love to dance by themselves when they know no one's watching. There's something nice having that private moment with yourself that no one gets to see, and it's you feel happy for what you're doing, and it's like your brain turns off.
I love improvising. If I'm just in my room and suddenly I get these bursts of energy and I just want to dance around, and no one's watching, no one cares, I don't care, so I just really love that moment of dancing. If we're dancing for something fun, if you're dancing in class, if you're improvising, I love improvising. So even if I'm improvising in class where teacher's watching me, I would still love that.
Whenever I feel particularly depressed or anxious or just not in the mood, I'm do you know what, just put some music on and just boogie, and it usually makes me feel good.
Pace, some people I think have it very ingrained in their head just to swallow it and deal with it. Some people are happy to talk about it.
I don't ask for help, I don't share enough, I just struggle.
Rather than just that's suck it up, put it away. It's
I think if people have
engage with that,
reached out for
feel
help
their
once
emotions to do with
and
that,
had a difficult time getting it, I think they've been less likely to
Somewhere
reach out again.
just sailing through the course, you kind of forget that you can ask for help.
Some teachers would turn around and say, but yeah, that's just life. And true it is, but in a sport that is so easily comparable to other participants, it's very easy to let that bring you down. That's life, get on with it. You need to make sure you have thick skin. That's life, suck it up, put it away. I often hear the saying, leave it at the door. I don't think it should be left at the door, but it needs to go somewhere.